it's hard not to take shit personally.
Do it to me, please, so I can like not be bothered by it. Please pick something apart. Anything.
I mean, we're shooting right now. Do you really want to do it?
Yeah, in front of everybody.
I don't care, Steve.
All right.
Like, sorry. Sorry, I say a lot.
No, it's not even that, man.
What
But
is it?
I commented on the weed. That's it. Like smoking right before, because like I said, man, I'm a pothead dude. And I know when I smoke a lot, I start doing it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just trying to de-stress before we shoot.
I'm sorry, bro. I apologize.
It's
I'm
all
just.
fine.
I'm
It's
sorry,
fine, bro.
Well, what is, if you have any, your favorite Ric Flair moment?
I just found one where he was like, and it's new. It's not an old one, but him and this guy named Jay Lethal get into like this crazy like woo off where Jay
Right.
Lethal's like kind of impersonating it. It's great. So it would either probably be that, or I just always dug the Royal Rumble he was in where he went like front to back.
Yeah, that one.
That wasn't really like a personality based thing. It was just like a cool ass thing. And I always thought Ric Flair was old even when he was apparently young.
Yeah,
So it was just like cool to see.
he's legendary, man. And I never forget him flexing in front of the whole WCW crowd when he's throwing out his wallet, he's throwing out money,
Yeah.
he's throwing out these designer shoes. And then I think this is a separate interview with me, Gene, where he takes off his pants and he starts like elbow dropping his clothes.
Now, I thought that was the same thing. I thought because it's right in the middle of like the ring.
It is, yeah, because he doesn't stop with the shoes. He takes off his designer belt, his designer pants, and then he's in his boxers at the end, and he's just like elbow dropping his pants and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know that I can. I feel like everything kind of just amalgamates into one long rant that he's on about how rich and cool he is. But it's just like different hairstyles saying it. He's either got the poof or the little like penis haircut. He's got a couple versions, but did he ever like when did the Rick Nature Boy thing start? Was that the only gimmick Rick? Because some people have multiple gimmicks. Did he ever do anything other than being the Nature Boy?
When he first started, he was more patterned after Dusty Rhodes because he hadn't found like his sweet spot, or he hadn't figured himself out yet. He hasn't fully fleshed out the character. So he really did mimic a lot of Dusty Rhodes stuff, who in turn, Dusty Rhodes, he mimicked a lot of the black wrestlers at the time. So that's why you get a lot of the jive talking and a lot of this soul from the deep south, brother, baby. And so Ric Flair, if you look at his early promos, he would do a lot of that same like jive soul bro kind of jargon. And
it's very hip hop though, about just bragging about how much shit you got and how cool you are and how you get all the chicks and stuff. So absolutely. But I mean, Ric Flair's got a certain sauce to it, I feel like also.
Yeah, sometimes a little too much sauce.
Well, I think that's probably his problem, actually. I think Rick likes the sauce a little too much. But he's still around. That's honestly the most wildest thing of it all. Like, think of all the wrestlers he was contemporary with. He's outlasted, I feel like, all of them almost.
You know what? He's kind of a representative of the old and the modern in a way, because he started in those days when all the guys had guts like me at 42. And then he ended up lasting up into the 90s when everybody had like six packs and like bulging. yeah, bulging biceps. So he was kind of like the conduit between them, man. And those old school guys, they last way longer. Like Terry Funk was having like death matches in his 70s.
So, I forget. Maybe it was Scott. No, I've been like watching. Like shared those cartoon interview things with you and Jordan the other day that are like pretty popular now. But through that, I've just like watched a bunch of wrestling videos recently, and Scott Steiner's still wrestling. Big Papa Pump is still out there doing. I forget who was mentioning it, but he was like, "Man, Scott, what do you do? Or what the hell are you doing, dude?" And he's like, "I feel good, man. Like I'm gonna keep going till I can't." So, that's pretty wild, though. I don't know what that looks like. I do know what an old Ric Flair match looks like. We've seen that a couple of times, but
you've seen them. You've seen them all.
yeah. But it still works because he's like a con man, you know. His little eye pokes and his little tricks, they still work for an old man.
Well, I feel like the indicator of when you should leave the game alone is when you go to Sears or JCPenney and start shopping for shoes. That's when you know, like,
I'm already out, Steve.
Well,
I'm
I
out
mean,
already.
that window for professional wrestling, no.
Done. I think that closed 20 years ago. I was in my prime and it was closed, Steve.
Yeah, you could always be a manager, though.
That is true. Or, you know, just be like one of what was that one guy? Blue Meanie. He was like a fat turd for a while. I think he lost a bunch of weight, but he was like a chubby dude.
Yeah.
But back to Ric Flair, legend. Love him. Woo!
Well, this is Steve G and Mad G What Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your CDs of Jamiroquai and your DVDs of Cable Guy. And unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Under the sun that you call me, you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears, I cried so many, many nights. Unbreak my heart.
So prolific. 40-some-year-old men know all the words to that song, Steve. I don't get it either.
Man, she looks like sunshine. Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things June 18th in the 90s. Starting off in 1991, Third Base would release Derelicts of Dialect.
It's a cool album name, Steve. Cool album name. Pop Goes the Weasel. Something I never knew. In the video for that song, you know, they're making fun of Vanilla Ice, obviously. The guy playing Vanilla Ice, that's Henry Rollins, Steve.
Henry Rollins. And
that's crazy.
He did nothing to deserve this. Like, I think it was just the popular thing to do, to just pile onto Vanilla Ice, man. And all he wanted to do was dance.
He was just popular. I mean, as a kid, who the fuck is Third Base? You know what I'm saying? As a child. Yes. The thing that always struck me about this band is the two white dudes, obviously. There's one guy, though, not the guy who I associated with it, who kind of looks like a white Shock G. It's the other guy who looks like a Lazy Boy salesman, or the guy from the Dan Band.
You're talking about Pete Nice?
Pete Nice looks so white, Steve.
Pete Nice from Brooklyn, man. He's here for the culture, Matt. He's very over here. I'm rapping over here. He gets a lot of that. It's giving off a lot of air. I'm doing the hip hop thing, ma.
I'm selling insurance, ma. That's what he looks like, a stockbroker. Honestly, maybe he went right to Wall Street after this, but I don't know. What do you think of Third Base, Steve?
I forgot how dope they were, man. And as a kid, I remember them because of the guy that you're mentioning, man. He's a prolific guy. MC Search, he was actually the white guy in Bamboozled. Remember when
Yeah,
they had, yeah, he was the guy who's like, man, no, man, I'm black too. And but they let him go. They arrested all the black people. But yeah, man, the album, man, there's a couple tracks I added. Third Base, they were one of those like white groups that actually got respect, man, just like Beastie Boys. Nobody fucked with them because, like, man, these guys, like, they actually spitting, man.
New York rapper, like early New York rap. Apparently, there's just some white boys that actually could rap. Yeah, it's good for sure. I don't know why, but I don't. I just remember "Pop Goes the Weasel." But I mean, this song or this album has like fucking 30 songs on it. For God's sake,
Yeah.
don't try to like powerless and do it in one sesh. But there's one about it, like, hold on, I got the thing. French Toast, love that one. Ace in the Hole, love that one. I mean, Pop Goes the Weasel, everybody knows that. And there's one near the end. Oh, no Static at All. Those are my favorites on this.
Yeah.
But I mean, who gives you a 24 track album anymore? Or even in the night? That's a lot, Steve. That's a double disc.
Yeah. But yeah, man. And MC Search, he's responsible for bringing us Nas. He discovered, or one of the people that discovered him.
I mean, I feel like I saw that guy everywhere. For like, there was a certain period where they were doing like hip hop like documentaries and stuff, and he was like
Yeah.
he's like a hip hop historian too.
He's a prolific guy, man. And they bashed on Vanilla Ice in this album, but they also bashed MC Hammer in the previous album, Cactus album. And that didn't go over well because unlike Vanilla Ice, where he's trying to like, no, man, I'm just here to dance and make music. Like, no, MC Hammer's really about that life. So he had to check MC Search when he called him by himself, man. And yeah, he still lives to tell the tale.
It's probably terrifying. What did they have against pop rap? Was it just like corny? They just thought it was corny.
Like, yeah, because Cube even did it. Ice-T did it. Like, a lot of people were coming after Hammer, man. But like, even Cube, he realized, like, no, this dude ain't a punk.
He's gonna kick my ass.
Yeah.
That's
But
fun.
in 1993, Last Action Hero premieres. With the help of a magic ticket, a young movie fan is transported into the fictional world of his favorite action movie character. Directed by John McTiernan, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, F. Murray Abraham, Art Carney, Charles Dance, Frank McRae, Tom Noonan, and Austin O'Brien.
So disappointed upon rewatch, Steve. I thought I was like, I remembered this movie and remembered it like liking it in spite of people hating it.
Yeah.
I remember people shitting on this movie like when we were kids. And then because I remember the bad guy with the eye, that dude. That's cool. Like the guy who comes through and becomes a real, like comes to the real world, and he's got like a replaceable like evil eye thing.
I think that's Ron White, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but that guy was supposed to be somebody else too, and it was supposed to be what's his face from Die Hard, Alan Rickman. But Alan got a little too expensive. But yeah, rewatch this again, man. It's not getting 2 thumbs up. Let's put it that way. I don't want to besmirch the governor, but
you know, I'd like to think he wasn't in this. I really should have said it starred Jack Slater because
yeah. But I mean, this movie. Here's the like in terms of its actual success, it went up against freaking Jurassic Park, so it got crushed. It was never going to make any movie. But if it was like Terminator 2 level movie, it probably could have competed a little bit because there's cool things about it. I mean, it's self-referential in terms of like Hollywood, so you'll see like Robert Patrick dressed as the T2 cop come through. You know, when they're like, there's things that you see that are just like little movie call outs, which I'm a sucker for that. But man, you watch this now and it's like, was I smoking this much weed when I was a child, or what was going on here?
For me, the highlight was seeing MC Hammer. Speaking of the devil,
Cameos. So you like the cameos. I think that the villain he's good. And I'm not talking about the weird Goomba looking guy with the shark teeth. Not that guy.
okay, I thought,
Not
yeah,
Axeman. There's a guy with a red beard and a fake eye. You just need to look it up. Clearly you don't. You either were like stoned off your ass or
Robert Prosky.
that guy. Very cool. I think he was a villain in other stuff.
No, not Robert Prosky. It was Charles Dance. That's the guy that was like weird looking.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And so like there's some standout thing, and obviously like Arnold's killing it. He's being Arnold. He's blowing shit up. He's looking tough. He's driving a cool car. But if you're just looking at the movie as a whole, it's other than being like wow, they were kind of like looking into the future with this movie. This movie was made in the early 90s, and it's sort of still like how they're worshiping this dude. It's still kind of the same thing, but I mean, you can say that of any movie star, really.
Yeah, man. Even without Jurassic Park competing with it, I think it still would fall flat on its face because everything about it sucked to me, man. The script was trash. And I hate me a shitty child actor, Matt.
We talked about this, about them not like tanking, and opposite of what the kids in Jurassic Park did, which we just talked about. This kid's like, this is like Star Wars Episode 1 level, like Jake Lloyd level acting, where you're just like, man, did this kid get like a concussion or something right before they filmed? I don't understand what's going on here.
Never saw this kid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, kid. Step it up a little bit, please.
Yeah. Never saw this kid again. Apparently he was in Apollo 13 and the Lawnmower Man series.
Apollo 13. Was he Tom Hanks' kid in it or something? I don't remember kids in Apollo 13. I'm sure they were some, but I mean, obviously not the memorable part of it.
He wasn't in it, apparently. He was credited as Whiz Kid. So maybe
apparently Bobby Brown was in this movie too, Steve.
The bad boy of R&B.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameos, though. I'm going to go through these just so you can see. So Franco Columbo's in it. Tina Turner's in it. Sharon Stone and Robert Patrick are in it. Mike Muscat, Edward Furlong. A lot of T2 cameos in this, which is crazy. And then some people, Wilson Phillips is in it as well, Steve, in case you wondered, as themselves. Mm-hmm. Danny DeVito, uncredited, as a police cat detective.
He was the cat. I knew that voice.
And that's really about it, Steve. I mean, the other cool thing that I found was that multiple people wrote on this. Shane Black, who wrote Predator, wrote on this, like multiple versions. Like they had to keep bringing in writers to fix the script. And also, weirdly enough, Steve, Carrie Fisher helped write some of this.
Yeah.
Princess Leia, which is very weird. I didn't even know she wrote.
Yeah, she's done that a couple times, man. You'd be surprised on some of the stuff she co-wrote.
Strange. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Last Action Hero, we just wish this was the last movie that was made from whoever made this. I don't know. It's terrible.
In 1995, Dr. Katz is airing Season 1, Episode 4, Cholesterol. Dr. Katz is informed by his doctor that his chances are good for having a massive heart attack. He strives to get in shape with Julie's help. In exchange for fitness sessions, Julie wants Katz to teach her the guitar. Katz tries to convince Ben to take a health oath, but he's reluctant.
And I thought of something while I was watching this, that there's something relaxing about watching this show that's almost therapeutic, Steve. He's a therapist. And when you watch this, there's something calming about Dr. Katz's voice. I don't know. That was just a thought I had. But second time I think we're talking about this. We just started. And in this one, we start off in the bar. And Dr. Katz is sort of, him and his boy Stanley, they're just practicing Spanish at first. But then we get into a conversation. I think Julie, the bartender, who I think in real life is hot. I don't know, just from the voice. She offers him some peanuts or something, and Dr. Katz is like, can't. Got some news from the doc. He said, I have a very high likelihood of having a massive heart attack. What a strange thing for a doctor to say. Nothing else. No medication, nothing, no advice. Just here's this crazy news. See ya.
Yeah, even his hair has fattening. And his friend Stanley, he's trying to inspire him, like, man, look at me. Feel this stomach, man. I got an iron gut. And he touches his stomach, like, dang, how do you do it? Psh, man, I just sucked my gut in.
Julie's sitting, well, she's the bartender, she's there, and she's in great shape. You know, she's not obsessed about it, but she's in some sort of, she's in school to be a physical therapist, something of that nature. So she's the closest thing to a health expert these guys in the bar have. And basically she's trying to give him good advice. She's like, look, man, all you need to do 40 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, 4 days a week. That's it. And Dr. Katz is like, I don't got that, you know? So I'm going to do 3 a day and we'll make a deal. You come into my office, I'll give you some free therapy. You know, it's a pretty decent deal financially. So, Julie is not into therapy. She seems actually well adjusted. So she agrees, hey, instead of therapy, I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar. And I wasn't aware that Dr. Katz played guitar, but apparently he's good enough to teach her. So there we are, Steve. That's the agreement. Dr. Katz is fat, needs to lose the weight. Julie's going to help him. She's going to learn to shred.
Julie must be half black because, man, my people are so anti-therapy. We just leave it up to God and pray it away.
Well, for Julie at least, Steve, she's just well adjusted. She doesn't need it, you know. She's one of the perfect people that exist. They have no anxiety or negative thoughts or anything. So shout out to Julie.
She's based. And now we cut to Dave Attell, who's waiting for the doc. And, you know, once he gets into the office, he's like, man, you know how when you're young, you think your dad is Superman, but then you get older and he's just an old guy wearing a cape.
He's so protective. He never let Dave have fireworks. All he got were sparklers, which they're actually less dangerous than flashlights. And then your friends see you with the sparkler and they have M80s and bottle rockets and you're walking around with a sparkler like the Special Olympics torch boys, Steve. Look at me. Look at me. I actually was a victim of this. I was only ever allowed to get those crappy fireworks as a kid, Steve.
With the little snake?
Just the little crappy, like you could go to Kroger's and buy these fireworks. So you got the snake, you got the poppers, you got the different kinds of sparklers. Sometimes they were like paper wrapped and sometimes it was just the metal rods or whatever that is. But yeah, it was just very disappointing when you see your friends with all the cool stuff. You know, I've never had that.
Yeah, I could still smell those. Or man, I went shopping with a friend and he asked me, man, what goes with these overalls? I don't know, a banjo. I can tell you what doesn't go with it: jobs and women.
One time his dad was wearing pants. That must have been Thanksgiving. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, Dave also went to the opera one time, and while he was watching it, he was just like, look how much it takes to bore me. It is pretty impressive.
And then Julie calls. They're making plans about this workout. She's like, I'll be there around 3. You know, what kind of clothes do you have? I have black tights, black tank top, and I brought some sweatpants.
I mean, if we're going to do the hard stuff,
yeah.
She's like, what are you talking about? And as we see, Julie's just not very confident in Dr. Katz, and neither is he, really. And then we cut to Laura Keitlinger in the office, who I always used to think was so sexy back in the day. Laura Keitlinger.
She overcame the odds. Like, she's I mean, hey, I'll say it. She's one of the few females that I find funny, and she's attractive. Like most, like if you're going to be a female comedian, like you're not supposed to be hot. Even for guys, if you're a comedian, you're not supposed to be attractive. I think being unattractive like helps you become more relatable.
I mean, I think you might have a point there, though. Like, if you're just looking at this hottie up on the stage, I think most dudes are like, oh, damn, like undressing her with their eyes, and the chicks are
Yeah,
all like, fuck this bitch.
exactly.
You're fighting that fight. Laura, though, she's fighting a different fight, which is just having bad luck with men. You know, tale as old as time. She's finding zeros. She's sleeping with them. But she's like, I think I need to start putting post-it notes on dudes' heads telling me not to sleep with them. And also just a little note as to why, you know. Maybe Roy, who's living in his mother's basement, doesn't deserve a second shot, Steve. So just to help her with all these dudes that she's banging, I'm happy to be one of those, Laura, even to this day. Um, I mean, why not, Steve? When we're out partying, you know, Kendra can have some. She can have whoever like weird, nerdy white guy she's into, you know.
That
But Laura
that's
Keitsinger,
oh
I
that's the agreement now.
well, it was Pam, but I mean, it can shift. I mean, there's always one hall pass, you know. If we're there, Laura Keitlinger's trying to throw it at me like she did Jack Black in that Tenacious D episode. Um, oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so she's having some issues with dudes, and every time she gets dressed up for a date, she always walks out of the bathroom with a little bit of toilet paper on her tongue. Steve.
Weird. And back to Dave in the office, and he's telling him about how he always sees this guy in the street yelling, "Ants, ants! They're all over me, ants, ants!" And you only notice these guys when they're weird. You know, I like to follow this guy or one of these guys to a date. Ant, ant, one for Legends of Fall, ant.
Yeah. Well, I think the joke was you only notice these lunatics when they do something normally. So, like
Normally,
this lunatic who's eating a live rat on the subway will then wait and look both ways when he's about to cross a busy street. So it's like, wait, where does the crazy stop here? I mean, you shared a video on your phone of a little bit of crazy. It was very LA stuff, you know. You just see a lunatic, but then they can write a check or something at a bank. You know, it's crazy.
yeah, I hope that lady doesn't have a bank account, but
She doesn't, Steve.
yeah, and now they're working out, and you know, Cats, he's out of shape. You know, he doesn't want to do girl push-ups. He can he'd rather do 10 boy push-ups if he can pull that off.
Yeah, but even after four, whatever push-ups they were, I think she was pulling them up. He feels like he's bleeding internally and bleeding from his chest, Steve.
But in high school, he used to do 50 push-ups. I mean, they would span through the period of a few weeks, but he would do 50 push-ups.
Yeah, so it basically just turns into like a reverse therapy session where he's telling Julie just about all of his issues, which I think is good for a therapist. But cut to home, and we see Dr. Katz and Ben, his son, which we love. I think Ben's my favorite character. He's great. He's so ambivalent to life. But Dr. Katz is on this health kick, and now he wants his son to get on this health kick, Steve. He's worried about his son, too. He's like, look, man, like, I need you to take a vow of health. Like, what a weird thing to ask your kid. And Ben's basically like, you know, exercise is just not really my thing, Dad. Like, I know I'm fat, but I'm just kind of cool with that.
Yeah, I don't like the look of exercise. But hold up, you were an athlete. Remember that time you went to camp and won that award? Well, Dad, it was a competition in floating. It's supposed to be a joke.
Well, I still kept the trophy, though. But that's enough for Dr. Katz to be like, well, you're clearly the athlete of the family. So it's not going to take much. While he's saying all this, Ben falls asleep because he's a little tired. So he wakes up and he wants him just to stand up and say he's going to take this vow. And Ben just, I don't like to be pressed upon, Dad.
Don't press on me. You're a shapely guy yourself, by the way.
Yeah. And then we come back to Dr. Katz's office. He's still in there with David Tell. David Tell, a lot of skeletons in the closet. Dave asked about prostate cancer and if the CIA created it. For some reason.
Like Bill Bixby. Wait, Bill Bixby was in the CIA? No. Oh, he died of prostate cancer. Yeah. You know, your chances are just as good if you don't operate. Hey, you want to go to a party later?
And then David Tell does. I mean, he kind of turns it on Dr. Katz, and he starts getting defensive. He's like, you know, you have some issues of your own, Doc. You really need to just look yourself in the mirror, face it, and smell the roses. And no, you're pretty crazy yourself.
And I'm a manic depressor.
And then we cut back to Laura Keitlinger, Steve, and she always runs into, and this actually is this is something I feel like all of us can kind of feel for. She always runs into people she used to know when they're doing their best and she's at her literal worst. You know, she just shit herself. She couldn't hold it. She pissed her pants. And then the guy she went to high school with, who just opened his 50th location of some gas station, sees her and she looks like shit, Steve. I mean, it just doesn't feel good.
Despite the accident, I'm able to hold a ball now, and I'm running late for my McDonald's interview, by the way. Can you drop me off?
Could you carry me there, please?
Yeah.
So, you know, Laura's, she's a comic with issues. Wow. How original. Then we cut to Dr. Katz, and now it's time for that guitar lesson, Steve. Time to learn how to shred. And I always kind of wondered how this works as somebody who can't play guitar, but who did learn how to play an instrument. What are those first lessons like? You know, there's a lot going on with somebody's hands when they're playing a guitar. Like, what am I supposed to be focusing on here?
Identifying the chords and the strings, and then starting off with the basics. Like they give you like these, kind of like how Dr. Katz is doing. They start you off with like these simple songs, and you can play the chords as you're learning the chords, and then you don't really get into like the picking the strings until like that's like later classes.
Well, in this case, he's strumming along and he does what you said. I think it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or something. He starts strumming it, and Julie's like, what's going on with your hands? Oh, you know, she can't follow it. So he basically is just playing music for her and just telling her to watch. And he even wrote her a little song, Steve. Julie, 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 Jewel. And that's it. That's as far as he got.
Those DSLs. And back at the bar, talking to Stanley again, and he's coaching him like, man, you know what you need to do? You need to just work out, man, and just make that your routine, get those endorphins going. And then as you're doing that, you'll get more of the serotonin. Wait, serotonin went to school with my sister.
And so Dr. Katz, as you should be, is kind of leery about taking health advice from a guy in a bar. I feel like this probably happens a lot. You probably shouldn't listen. He's in a bar. But Stanley does have those rock hard abs. Let's not forget that.
Man, I just don't like showering in front of strangers. Well, what if they make fun of my body? Well, hey, man, if they do that, I'll tell them you were in an accident.
Thanks, bro. All those old naked men are just going to think I was in an accident.
And Ben, he's in the office talking to Laura, his crush, about his dad, Dr. Katz's heart defect. And he's like, man, it might be hereditary. There's a chance that I will die. So because of that, I better live life to the fullest. So want to go on a date next Thursday?
Gotta get that digits.
Yeah. Getting tickets for nonsense.
And then I feel like, is this where we cut back to David Tell, Steve?
This is Laura talking about how she met this Irish guy who's telling all these proverbs. You know, you're always complaining. You're the author of your own fate.
But she thought he said you're the otter of your own fat. because he's Irish and you can't understand what the fuck those people are saying. Sorry, Ireland. It's hard.
For that one listener.
And so this is where we go into Dave Attell, and now Dave's fully fired up. Steve, he's really angry at Dr. Katz for just kind of making him feel bad about himself. Doctor, make me feel small. Doctor, hottest thing on skates. Doctor Dave Attell, let's have a laugh like they did in high school and in junior high, and then when you went back to junior high. Is that how this is going to be?
Yeah. You know,
Doctor, I know it all because I can read.
and another thing, they have work boots for babies. I've never seen a baby on a construction site.
Baby shoe right. Baby boot wrong.
Yeah.
Great episode. And like I said, it's almost like therapy watching it. It was just relaxing. It's like a nice boost of serotonin, Steve, as Stanley said.
And on that same day in 1995, WCW was airing the Great American Bash 95 at the Hera Arena in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. I love Dayton, Ohio was once a place where they had pay-per-views, Steve. 2,000 people, though.
That's where I saw my first pay-per-view, my first wrestling event.
Just doesn't seem like the hub of civilization that would warrant having a pay-per-view at. But hey, Dayton, 2,000 people, 2,000 strong.
And it's WCW, so it might be the perfect audience.
Yeah. And this isn't NWO WCW either.
Exactly.
We're not there yet, so.
Got Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. Heenan rocking these grandpa specs. Look like trifocals.
Yeah, he looks like he's one of the old Italian mafia guys that like run everything.
Wasn't there?
I mean, honestly, I think the brain had some connections, Steve.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the guys in Goodfellas like that. He was like the OG with those kind of glasses. I'm thinking of another movie.
Oh yeah, there was definitely an old white dude with some of these like aviator shades for sure. But Bobby Heenan always looking just dope as hell. I mean, he had rhinestone jackets with his name on it, Steve. It doesn't get flyer than that.
He's the brain.
He's thought of it all. First match, Steve. Two names. Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright, and Brian Pillman. And right away, I was like, okay, I kind of like both these guys. A little too much respect at the beginning of this match, Steve. A lot of handshaking. This isn't the psycho Brian Pillman with a gun in his hand that I wanted to see.
He's still, fresh off that Hollywood Blonde run. And then this is before Alex Wright knew some dance moves. He's just coming out as the Wonder Kid, or as Heenan would call him, the Wonder Punk.
Did you notice also that when they were coming out to the ring, there was somebody who had a Al Snow sign in the crowd?
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, you had to have been years before the head thing that I remember him for in WWF. So I'm assuming this is like some regional stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Al Snow? What the hell?
Because I want to say he was Ohio Valley before he joined those other federations, man. And he's from Lima, Ohio, so you might be right, man. I think it is a regional thing.
That's crazy. I was just kind of mind blowing. It's like two eras, but just in a sign. But this match was pretty decent. A lot of botches though. A lot of like botchy, like weird stuff going on that's not good. But there's a couple of moves that could have resulted in some paralysis. I feel like really cool looking but dangerous things.
This is actually the longest match on the whole card, and in my opinion, the best match on the whole card. For an opening match, it was pretty good. And something that WCW did heavily was they made the wrestlers human by talking about their real life. Something that Vince did not like. Because they called out Brian Pillman playing for the Cincinnati Bearcats back in the day, given his whole, Vince is like, no, I don't care about that. I don't care who he played high school football for. No, he started off life as this angry garbage man, and he wants to power bomb people.
Absolutely. In this case, though, I thought Pillman was going to win this. Alex Wright gets the win, Steve. They put over, I guess they're both baby faces. I don't know if there was a bad guy in this match, but Alex Wright, he is a wunderkind, and he's about to learn how to dance.
Man, this next one, I don't know why this is on a pay-per-view. Like Diamond Dallas Page with Diamond Doll and his Chachi friend Max Muscle, and they're having a arm wrestling match against Dave Sullivan, aka Evod.
Yeah, because he's dyslexic. What?
95 WCW.
Evod. Wow. Really good stuff here, guys. Dave Sullivan. Kevin. How much nepotism do we got to do here, bruh?
Is that DDP or Sylvester Stallone? I can't tell because he's just running
the top.
Yeah, he's just running the gamut throughout the whole roster. Like he's an arm wrestling pro. Just
Every time he wins, he goes bang. Of course, I mean, but this is pre DDP. I mean, this is before he went over the top, Steve. I didn't even know about the diamond cutter back then.
Yeah, man, those luscious locks of his, man. Get out the Soul Glow. And there's an interview with Dave Sullivan and Mean Gene, and he's got his pet rabbit Ralph. I don't like Dave Sullivan. I'll just put that out there.
Well, that's I mean, I don't even think Kevin Sullivan liked Dave Sullivan, Steve, and I know the fans didn't. But he's there to tell you that this is a double stipulation match. If he wins, he gets a date with the Diamond Doll, which I get that, Dave. I'm right on board with that. If he loses, though, his little pet bunny is going into the stew.
Yeah.
His little rabbit stew. I mean, okay, but I don't really feel like that's a punishment, Dave.
But not only that, this is airing on Father's Day in 95. So he wants that date with Diamond Doll, aka Kimberly Page, but he also wants to do this for his dad, make his dad proud. Because I know if I beat Diamond Dallas Page in an arm wrestling match, my dad would be shocked. He would love that. He'd never forget it for the rest of his life.
I'm gonna get you, Diamond Page Dallas. I'm dyslexic. I can't do this. It's not good, though. I mean, at the end of the day, Steve, this is one of those gimmick matches. It's not even a match. No one's even punching each other. It is just arm wrestling. It's not good. Max Muscle, I think, somehow botches this and bumps into Diamond Dallas Page. So Dave Sullivan gets the win. He goes over the top. Yeah, he listened to Sylvester Stallone in that movie, and he gets a date with the Diamond Doll, Steve.
And now, DDP, I'm a fan of yours, but I will take a steel chair to your dome for some damn Kimberly Page. I will.
God, dude. Where's Kimberly Page at now? Is she still with this man?
She's single. Well, I don't know if she is, but Diamond Dallas Page remarried to another foxy lady that's like half his age. So DDP's been winning out here.
He's a yoga master, Steve. Those guys all get the ladies, you know.
Now, I don't know if you remember me telling you this, man, but Kimberly Page was in 40-Year-Old Virgin when they were doing that speed dating. She's the one with the titty popping out.
That's her?
Yeah.
Damn, she was looking good in the early 2000s, too. Damn, Kimberly Page. I need to go back and watch that.
That's exciting. There. As far as like hot chicks from the wrestling world, she's, to me, top 5, man.
And we got a legitimate nipple out there in a movie too, so that's a bonus that you don't usually get too much. Yeah, but don't put arm wrestling in an actual pay-per-view. If I paid for this and this was, how long do you think it was? Like maybe 10 minutes? You guys, come on, you're wasting my money here at this point.
Yeah, and now we have Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Sergeant Craig Pittman. And speaking of wrestlers with guts, Like we've reached the age in the 90s where like those kind of guys, like I think the promoters have wisened up. Like, yeah, cover that up. If you don't have a six pack, we're gonna have to put a tank top on you or something. But we still got Jim Duggan out here in all his glory, and
Sloppy Jim, dude, sloppy.
Jim, you seem like a solid dude, a nice guy, but he has one gear, Matt, and it's always the USA thing. And he does this so much to the point where it doesn't even make sense with some of his opponents. Sergeant Craig Pittman actually fought. He served in the military for the United States of America. You can't out USA. You can't out USA him. I'm sorry, Jim Duggan.
He doesn't have a 2x4, Steve, and a lot of chutzpah. All right. In fact, Pittman was a little gassed that night because I don't know if you knew this. He wrestled in a dark match before this match. Yeah. So he's doing double duty getting paid. And another thing I found out, Steve, Duggan, he wasn't even supposed to wrestle. You know who was supposed to be in this match? Buff himself, Marcus Bagwell. You know why he wasn't in this match? This is the most Buff Bagwell reason, Steve. The calf implants that he had just gotten got infected, and he couldn't wrestle in this match. So, who's the alternate? Jimmy Duggs.
And ironically, the man doesn't even have legs now.
That is, and maybe because of that, Steve, maybe the plastic he put in there in the early 90s, which I think predates when guys were getting calf implants, which is one of the most hilarious surgeries ever. Took him off the shelf for a while, Steve. He had to go back to to get a little physical therapy after his calf implants almost exploded on him. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, you know, he was better off having this match.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could have pocketed the money. I mean, how much money did you lose on all this botched calf implantation? But this match is not good. Surprise, surprise. And how did it end, Steve?
Duggan wins by a DQ.
That's it. Yeah, because Pittman won't let go of like a submission or something like that. But it's just trash wrestling. Pittman was just gassed. Duggan, I don't know. I feel like he's constantly just in some sort of haze. I don't know, maybe of drugs or whatever, but I think that is funny. The most patriotic guy tried to out-patriot a U.S. Marine.
Yeah. Like, do you think about it? Then again, Duggan, I don't know if you do think, man, but Craig Pittman, he's built like that buff uncle that likes to drink like Coors on the weekend.
He kind of looks like Taz to me if he was just fat, like
and shorter.
He has like the head, like a big ass head. He's just like stocky, but yeah, Pittman just clearly all of the Marine Corps training is gone by the wayside and been picked up with a few six packs, Steve.
Yeah, maybe that's what they paid him. And now Mean Gene is interviewing the Blue Bloods, Lord Steven Regal with Earl Robert Eaton, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
He's actually royalty, Steve.
Yeah,
he's not just beautiful; he's actually a duke of Eaton. Coincidentally,
I don't know how that happened.
Steven Regal says something hilarious in this because I feel like he says something about he compares somebody to Nazis or I forget what he says. Something hilarious, dude. But shout out to William Regal or Steven Regal because as an adult, he's done a lot of like interviews and he seems like a funny ass dude. I think Steven Regal's actually a cool dude. I hated him back in the day, but
yeah, same, man. And now they're doing this thing with Dick Slater and Bunkhouse Buck with Colonel Massapaka versus Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. Like, I guess this wasn't even supposed to be a match on the pay-per-view, or at least that's what they said.
What? But they did it. Yeah. I probably just to get Sherry a little screen time. And I will say, Steve, as somebody who's like consistently said you have weird taste in women, in this night in Dayton, Ohio, Sherry could have gotten it. That dress, the black dress, the hair, the makeup wasn't as crazy. she treads a line between class and then she veers into like Luna Vachon territory sometimes, Steve, with the facial makeup that scares me. It's very like Trailer Park Meth, where it scares me a little too much. You're right. That's your wheelhouse, Steve.
Yeah.
Nice wild white woman.
Yeah. What was that trailer park in Perrysburg? I should have spent more time there.
Oh man, I bet you could have cleaned up.
For sure.
It disappeared forever. I don't know. That place was kind of scary to me, but we did live in Perrysburg, so it's probably just normal.
Yeah, we bought blow off a guy who just died.
That's great.
He went to school with us, but R.I.P. to him. Shout out to him. And
thanks for the blow.
Yeah, man, that was my first go at it. And Dick Slater, man, he's another one of those guys. I think he's wearing his shirt and Bunkhouse Bunk, man. Like, it's 95, man. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, it makes sense this wasn't supposed to be a match because it's not a good match. I mean, we see a couple of, like, we see the spin-a-rooney, we see the little Booker T spin off the ground thing. A couple of things I remember from Harlem Heat, but it's just like kind of a trash match. It's like they had no plan.
No.
There was no storytelling to be had.
Yeah, man. They're all over the place. And eventually there's like a roll-up situation with Bunkhouse Bunk and Booker T where Bunkhouse Bunk, he gets pushed over being like having the pin, and then while the ref's faces, like while he's distracted, Sherry comes in and pushes them back over to where Booker T has the pin. Ref turns around and Harlem Heat gets the win.
Just an unexciting end to an unexciting match, Steve. Colonel Massapalka is going to have to go plan his eventual love of Sherry. I don't think has happened yet, if I'm not mistaken, because I do remember, didn't he almost try to marry Sherry at one point, Steve?
Something like that, yeah. And apparently, dude's carrying a baby arm. That's what they say. He used to walk around the locker room butt ass naked. Yeah,
just a huge ass dong, Steve. Of all people, I mean, I guess a guy playing a plantation owner, that like. You got to take a lot of heat for that. So he's probably like, man, I don't give a shit. Look at this thing. And everyone's like, God damn. Even Virgil's like, Jesus.
About as big as this hat, I do declare. It's probably the only thing he was wearing in the locker room, too. And now we cut to a flashback of Vader. He's just sick of Nick Bockwinkel. He's sick of damn Eric Bischoff. And he's sick of that damn Hulk Hogan.
Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel, Steve. Is that the guy who's running the WCW right now?
He's the president, just like Jack Tunney was the president of WWF. Eric Bischoff is the guy. He's the HNIC running things behind the scenes. But Nick Bockwinkel, man, he's a legendary wrestler from the AWA days, and he was actually one of Bobby Heenan's first like proteges. Going back in the day when he first became a manager, man, they had a nice chemistry. They say Nick Bockwinkel was one of the best promos of all time, man. And him and Bobby, you could only imagine, especially for that era.
I read that in this pay-per-view, he's supposed to give a promo for, I think, Bash at the Beach or something. But if you watch this, he's like, what's the name of the next pay-per-view? He doesn't remember it or something.
Yeah, and where was going next?
Apparently, he got fired from being the president of WCW for that reason, for fucking up this.
You're serious?
Yeah, because it's like, how you got to remember the name of the next pay-per-view, guy. You're the president. You can't make us look. Apparently, that was enough. So
that's hilarious.
He on this night in Dayton, he lost his a huge position, Steve.
Oh man, that sucks, Nick Bockwinkel. And now Mean Gene is with the Nature Boy. He's popping it, Matt. I took your wife in 92. I took your dad in Slamboree. Now I'm ready to beat your ass. Woo!
I mean, he beat Papa Powerful, Steve. He was punching him in the face, dude. What the hell, man? This is super personal, man. It's
being
one thing to make Jake the Snake, or like, it's one thing for that guy to use a snake. He didn't involve the freaking dad of the fucking dude. I mean, Ric Flair took 5 to the face on this dude.
yeah. He
That's
came out with a cane. You gonna beat up an old man with a cane?
Papa, but I will say this, dude. Papa Palfo, I forget what his first name is, Mr. Palfo. This guy
Angelo.
had style just like, well, not just like, it's not as flashy as his son, but this guy's got some style, Steve. He looks like he owns a strip club.
Probably for his time, for that era, that probably seemed like too much, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, man, he's a legend too. And Macho, man, he's here to, seek vengeance for his paw. He punched my dad.
I mean, I'm telling you, Steve, he threw a couple of Vader combinations on Papa Palfo. I was shocked. Beating up on an old man like that.
But coming up after that, man, is the TV title match. We got Renegade with Jimmy Hart versus the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. Now, Renegade, who we mentioned before in a previous episode, man, he was actually voted the worst wrestler of this year by the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Well, it's an Ultimate Warrior ripoff, but he's got no charisma, and I mean the Warrior. I wouldn't say he has any sort of charisma other than just looking the part and having a psychotic just weirdness about him. But Renegade has no charisma, can't wrestle, and doesn't even have a physique, Steve.
Yeah, he's not yoked like Ultimate Warrior was. He doesn't have a cool getup either. That stupid R on his face, that aggravates me. Like, at least Warrior had symmetry. He had a cool logo and it always matched whatever he was wearing. Like Razor Ramon, he color coordinated. Whereas this guy, it's just you look like you came from Spencer's.
Yeah, you got a sleeveless duster on, looking like Renegade's lamer cousin. I was going to say something even worse than that, but it just, no one wants this. I get the WCW and WWF. There's a history here of them like playing off of each other and messing with each other and this and that. But I don't like this for this reason, Steve. You're putting Double A in this match, a legend. Renegade should never. I know they had to push him, but Jesus, don't put him in with Double A.
Yeah, because I think he loses it not too long after that, as he should. You don't put the TV title, because I think the TV title is one of those that has to be defended at every TV show, like the Thunders on Thursdays, on Nitro and stuff like that. So anybody trying to see Renegade that much?
He can't wrestle, Steve. This is terrible on a level that's even worse than like Crush. One of these guys. And even Crush kind of looks the part. He's gigantic. So at least he has that going for him. But this match sucks. Arn Anderson, with all his talent and experience, you can't make a guy look good that sucks this bad.
I will say that spine buster, it gets me every time, man. Like, that is his trademark.
The Renegade almost fucked that up, Steve. He's moving his head. He almost knocked Arn Anderson out with his big ass dome, trying to do something. I don't know. But yeah. Spine buster, I'm right there with you, dude. It looks like it hurts, man. And it's got a great name, too.
Because other people have that move, but damn it, he has that pad. Just like Jake the Snake with the DDT. A lot of people do the DDT, but damn, like, he's the master of that. Like, it don't hit as crispy as Jake's DDT. It don't hit as crispy as Arn's spine buster.
Well, the only thing that Renegade can hit is a flying splash, which he uses to win this match, which I was like, this is crazy they let this guy beat Arn Anderson. So this guy's now got a belt, which is crazy enough. And then, Steve, I'm watching, I'm smoking, kind of not really paying attention because we were looking at Renegade on the screen. But then I look over, Renegade's pointing into the crowd, and I see a young, svelte-looking Paul White looking pimpish in the crowd. Yeah. Big Show himself. This must have been one of his first appearances on the WCW, Steve. He's just in the crowd.
Yeah, because he doesn't even have a name yet. He's just supposed to be like some rando, like that guy over there. Well, like, he looks so ornery. Well, like,
Big.
yeah,
Look how big that guy is.
he's very insano.
Yeah, right. What are you, 10, 15, 10, 11, kid? I'm 32. Okay.
This is the best version, in my opinion, though, of Paul. I like Paul White with the hair. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Paul White bald looks sickly. Paul White, when he was early, young in WCW, yeah, especially this where it's pulled back, he's got a chain. He looks cool.
yeah,
He looks like a big oaf, which he never has, Steve. I don't even mean to insinuate that. Sorry, Paul.
we love you, Paul.
Please don't crush my head.
And we got Mean Gene with the Nasty Boys, and they're shooting their promo on the Blue Bloods. Now, the Nasty Boys, I think that Jerry Sags, the one with the black hair, he looks nasty from the external. I feel like Brian Knobs, the meatball blonde, he looks nasty from the outside. And I also think he has some hard drives that need to be looked at by the police. He just looks like that guy that just like touches on himself when he's watching, like, I don't know, Nickelodeon shows or something.
Yeah, he's like outside a window, just sweating, waiting for somebody to come in naked.
Watching the kids
But I
play.
do think you're right about the hard drive thing too. He definitely looks like he's sweating, touching himself in front of a computer with very questionable material on it. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
And they just look like, and I mean, it's part of their gimmick, but it just look like they got a reek to them, Steve. Like that smell of a guy who gets on like a public bus and it just is it takes over everything.
With Jerry Sags, though, I feel like all he needs is a shower, and I could see him selling cars. Like, he could get at least a decent job if all he did was just take a shower. Yeah, he's got a chipped tooth. Maybe he likes to fight. Whereas with Brian Knobs, like, he just like, oh my God, you're not fit for society. You probably have to register every time you move. And he kind of gives me the vibe. Who was the guy that stole Pee Wee's bike?
Oh yeah. I don't remember his name, but definitely
Francis.
Yeah, being blonde and fat as a dude is it's tough. When you're this blonde,
yeah.
Yeah, we need to get somebody to go over there and get into that hard drive real quick because now I'm getting scared, Steve. I feel like he's definitely went to Epstein Island,
with the Hulkster.
And his thing is like eating while things are going on too. He's like sweating and eating like fatty meats. Do it.
And like crazy enough, this guy was one of the best friends of Hulkster. Like, I don't get that connection. He was because he was actually in the show when they had their reality show. He would show up. Like, he was one of his like homies.
Hey, Hulkster. Hey, Jerry, come on in. Well, I mean, that makes more sense because I guess that he's Florida trash then, so that totally tracks.
Yeah. Bubba the Love Sponge.
He's huffing fucking gas fumes someplace.
I like hanging with nasty people, brother.
Go shock someone's pussy over there. Do it, Jerry.
But yeah, man, I like this version though of no, I take that back. I don't like this version. The music that they have in WCW, I like the one in WWF better because this one, the Nasty Boys, we're the boys. We're the nasty. I hope Jimmy Hart didn't put that together because I know
it's not original enough, Steve.
No way.
Or he had to put it together in like 5 seconds. I'm not gonna put that on Jimmy Hart though.
No, please not. And Booker T, like, I guess they have an issue with Nasty Boys because Harlem Heat, they come out there and Booker T, he does his Harlem Hangover on the back of, I think, Sag's neck. And Bobby Eaton, while that's happening, he's on one of the top ropes. And as Booker T gets out of the ring, Bobby Eaton falls. And now I think Jerry Sags, he's the one that drops an elbow on Bobby Eaton, and Nasty Boys get the pin. There's a lot of ref distraction.
Yeah. The highlight of this match for me is Steven Regal takes like a pit, gets one of the nasty boys like rub his face in his pit, and the reaction of Steven Regal after he comes out of that pit looks like he saw a demon. It's hilarious.
How you get chlamydia in your armpit?
Yeah, how do you get what do you get? You get pink eye from poop in your eyes, Steve. And somehow Steven Regal got that from that pit, Steve. I don't get it.
I didn't know that about pink eye.
I don't know. I don't call me a doctor, Steve, but I think it's because of fecal material going into your eyeball and infecting it, Steve. So there you go.
I need to second guess about eating ass.
Nah, you're fine, Steve.
Mm.
You're fine. It's up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I am cheating death though. And this next one, man, they've had a tournament for the U.S. title, and it culminates to Sting versus Ming and Yao Ming and Doink and Ding. And or no, it was Dink, right? Doink and Dink. Never mind.
Ding. There was another one. There was Ding too. It's a thing, Steve. Just look at it on Bing.
It's a thing.
Wow. We can keep going on this, but yeah, Sting versus Ming. Ming, guy who I never liked. I always found him kind of boring. Yeah. But then you learn about wrestling and find out this is one of the most dangerous men on earth. Apparently, he's ripping people's eyeballs out in bars. He's tougher than nails.
Breaking out of handcuffs.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like impressive. He doesn't. I mean, he's a big guy, but I'm not looking at him. I'd look at Vader and say, "Oh, okay, a lot of that makes sense."
But actually, Vader's the big pussy. They say like he was like a big teddy bear.
That's weird. Life's weird, Steve.
Especially in that wrestling world. And I'm a fan of the guy Ming from these stories I've heard, but like you said, bro, even when he was Haku in WWF, I'm like, yeah, all right, man.
It was just like you're not going to be he was there to do some damage, but you weren't like waiting on bated breath to watch a Ming match, but go out and hang out with him at a bar, you're going to see some shit.
You definitely be entertained more so than his matches. But what I don't like, because he's being managed by Masakona Parker, which is an odd pairing. They're having their interview, and he's like, I didn't come up here to stinking Dayton, Ohio, above the Mason-Dixon to get nothing.
Shut up, Colonel Master. Shut up with you and your big ass dick.
Yeah.
Put that big dick in your mouth. So Sting, he's got a lot, he's got a big mountain to climb here in this match, and that's basically what he does. I mean, Ming, powerful dude. Sting jumping all over the place, man. Surfer Sting, he jumps vertically and kicks Ming in the face, karate style. I found that very impressive, Steve.
And this is the Sting we love, man. I appreciate the Crow Sting, but damn it, man. The Surfer Sting, he gave you different flavors. And I like wrestlers who give you different flavors, man. They never cease to amaze me. Like the Razor Ramon, like the Stings, who else did I mention?
You said Ultimate Warrior too.
Ultimate Warrior.
Also Macho Man, I would say. It wasn't face paint and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, Surfer Sting is the shit, man. It's just a cool look. And here's one thing I always had a question about, because it's not a hard thing to do, what he's doing like with this makeup. Was Sting the one applying the makeup to himself, you think?
For him, I'm not sure, but a lot of those guys do. He probably did, man, because I know Powers of Pain, they did, Demolition did, LOD did. So maybe he did, man. It's probably too much to ask a makeup artist.
LOD did their own. So Animal had that. He did that with the crazy demon on his head. That's great,
man.
Very artistic. Who knew, Steve?
It took them a while to figure it out, because in one of their documentaries, they said how shoddy their early work was.
That's funny. That's hilarious, though, that these tough-ass guys are like, dude, come on, don't fuck up my makeup. It's just buff monsters making each other up. That's great. One other thing that shows how badass Ming is in this, and I don't really recall this happening too much with Sting, Ming just straight up overpowers out of a scorpion deathlock, Steve. He
Yeah.
just gets out of it.
I mean, he can break out of handcuffs. So
Yeah, that's crazy. I wish there was video of that. I would love to see that.
what are they feeding people in Tonga? And Sting, man, this is a colorful Sting, even in the ring, because he's doing a couple of top rope splashes. He even hits him with a jumping DDT, which I found dope as hell.
Crazy. And I mean, this guy Sting's got a hell of a vertical, Steve. He could definitely go up and hit it, catch like a football at the highest point. You're not gonna an interception on Sting, Steve.
And what ended up being that was what ended the match, I think, the jumping DDT, because after he broke out of the death line, we didn't even see a Stinger splash or nothing.
We didn't get a lot of woos either, you know. Maybe it's because Ric Flair was headlining, but yeah, man, Surfer Sting. I dig the Crow Sting, but not not that much, honestly. I don't know. It was just always kind of a gimmicky thing to me. But this Sting, man, hell yeah, charisma out the ass. He didn't get to talk when he was Crow Sting, you know.
No.
And that seems like a crazy thing to give up, because he is. I mean, they weren't great promos, but he had charisma. I mean, it wasn't like an unconfident stumbling on your words promo. It was just very let's do it, kids. It was like Hulk Hogan type shit, you know, like be good. I'm here in Tampa. Let's all do nice stuff and be good Christians or whatever.
And hit some tasty waves afterwards, guys. Maybe drink some Mountain Dew.
I'll do a face painting seminar, and you can learn how to do this.
Now Mean Gene's interviewing Macho Man. Congrats to the Renegade, and I want to give a shout out to my boy Sting.
But he's about to black out of rage, Steve. I mean, he's holding a lot in here. As we've said previously, his father was assaulted by Ric Flair. He's in this to just do good for his father. Papa Palfo, who's in attendance, Steve. He's not afraid. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, he's old. He knows he's going to take one, but he's here to support his son.
Bobby's like, he's coming out in the cane. Coming out with the cane.
Well, shit, he needs some protection, you know. He just took a freaking 10 hit combination previous to this. But yeah, dude. I just honestly, as far as, you know, you're supposed to tell a story in a match, I thought this was kind of funny and well done, because, you know, if somebody kicks my dad's ass, I'm going to probably black out and be pissed off. And in this, it's not like Macho Man's not taking breaths. He's just tackling Ric Flair anytime he can and gets close to him and just attacking the shit out of him. So it looks like he's actually mad about this.
Yeah, he's selling it, man. Even when he gets the flying elbow, his patented top rope move, he's getting the pin, but he's not ready right now.
He could have won. He had the win, Steve, but he wants to lay a little more punishment on the guy. And this is, I think, honestly, that's one of the things. We're talking about Ric Flair moments. The thing he does really well, take punishment, Steve. This guy's great at taking a lick, you know?
Sometimes too well, man. I don't know if you ever seen the best of Ric Flair flops. They're hilarious, man. Like, I'm talking about taking a punch and then walking 5-10 steps and then flopping.
That's the best. That was my favorite Ric Flair thing. And also just the, oh, no, damn. I love this little boosh. He had a little Emerald Lagasse eye poke move. He just threw a little stank on it.
Something I forgot to mention, another one of my favorite Rick things is when he hypes himself up for the woo. Like, the higher up he goes, the funnier it is. He's
got to charge it up.
He's got to charge it up.
Hell yeah. But so as we said, I mean, this goes back and forth, but it's basically Macho just tearing at Ric Flair any chance he gets. He pulls him up, even though he could have won the match off the elbow drop, and ends up losing the match, Steve.
Yeah.
Ultimate, that's got to be a kick in the dick. So I feel like I was going to say, how did Flair win? Well, Flair takes Palfo's cane and knocks Macho out with it, and that's gotta sting.
Well, after Pops tried to strangle him with it, he was like, "Man, get off me, old man. I'm gonna take your shit." He goes into the ring, another referee distraction where he's waiting for Macho to come in the ring with, and he's got that cane and it just strikes him, man. With a cheap ending for the main event, but it is what it is,
It's Ric
man.
Flair, dude. He pulls all the stops. That's what it's just like Joker with Batman, Steve. You're not willing to do the evil thing to win. So that's why Rick's always gonna win. He's
Dirtiest player. This pay per view had no Hogan, and I guess they're trying to just amp up for this Bash at the Beach for the following month with Vader.
even though what's his face didn't even remember what it was called. He's like, whatever that thing was, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey Eric, sorry about that. Wait, I'm fired. Damn it.
Yeah, maybe he sent it to him in a fax, but that following year, 1996, Helter Skelter would release their debut album, Nocturnal. A slept-on group, man.
I'm interested. I didn't give this enough of a to really have an opinion of it. It was all right, but I don't remember Nocturnal at all, to be honest.
Oh well, I mean,
shit on it. I mean, I didn't find any songs on the album that we listened to where I was like, "Oh, damn."
well, unfortunately, they don't have radio singles. They don't really. They're not that kind of act. But I feel like on an underground level, as far as lyricism, they're definitely regarded as one of the best, especially Sean Price. I didn't know about him until well too late, man. He had already passed, I want to say 2014 or 15, and dude is just a wordsmith, man. If I would have known about him earlier, I would have definitely had a lot of Helter Skelter in my catalog.
So Sean Price was like big after this band.
It kind of built. This is how like people first knew who he was, but he continued as a solo artist. I wouldn't say he got bigger, but it just continued his legacy. Like the people who already were fans of him, they just got to hear more of his stuff. And he collaborated with a lot of good lyricists. Like he did some Wu-Tang stuff.
Oh shit, really? Yeah, I never heard. I never heard of Nocturnal. I haven't heard of Sean Price either, but it's kind of like rocky. It's got some rock influence and stuff to it too. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is one that definitely got swept under the rug as far as I knew.
But also in 96, Beck would release Odelay because where it's at.
Got two turntables and a microphone.
Where it's at.
Just this was one that was huge, man. And I was never a huge Beck fan.
No.
You know, it never moved me. It never got my energy up. It's cool to hear, like, and this is one of those things where maybe the behind the scenes of it's a little cooler, where like how they recorded it. One thing that I read that just is cool. It's kind of like Robert Rodriguez, where it's like use what you got, but they recorded this someplace small that everything was like vinyls all over the walls and stuff. And I guess a lot of the samples that they used in the album were just picked from vinyls that they found in this room that they were recording in. So that's pretty cool. I like sampling. That's cool. And Beck's cool. I mean, he seems like a cool dude. And I remember like seeing interviews and being like, this guy seems like super creative. It was just, I don't know. The music didn't move me like that.
I never got it. Like this guy, I know he's been nominated for a lot of stuff. He's won a lot of awards, and obviously he's got a huge fan base. But listening to this album, the only thing that stood out was two turntables and a microphone. I forgot he did the Love Potion song too. I didn't realize it was him.
She's yeah. He had one other one in this. Devil's Haircut, is that what it is? That the singles, because that's all I know of this album is the singles. So the New Pollution is the song that I was actually like, that was my favorite song of this.
New Pollution. I don't know where the hell I got Love Potion. Jesus.
New Love Pollution. But yeah, this is like sort of, and I know they don't do similar music, but the height that Moby got and everybody was on his nuts, it was the same thing. I was like, I don't really get this. Like, cool, he's creative, but shout out to Beck, man. He's got 2 turntables and a microphone. So,
But somebody that I did mess with was Tony Braxton, because on that same day she would release Secrets. And Tony Braxton, this is random, but she was the first person that I knew a white guy was attracted to. That he like Chris Kernahan. I'll never forget, after basketball practice, I don't know how she came up in the conversation. Maybe we were just talking about hot celebrities. He was like, Tony Braxton. And yeah, she is beautiful, but I was like, oh my God, like a white guy likes one of likes a sister. To me, as a 13-year-old, I was like, that was a big deal to me. Like, yeah,
that's hilarious. That guy said Tony Braxton, though. Okay, obviously not because of the music, but just on the off chance that Chris Kernahan was in his room listening to the Unbreak.
Yeah, it is random coming from him, but like people who actually like Kernahan was a cool dude, man. He was just like a jock though at the same time. So
no, he's a meathead, absolutely. He wasn't a bad guy. That is funny though.
Of all people.
Yeah, and Tony Braxton also. I mean, look at her; she's gorgeous. So if you just see Tony Braxton, I don't think there's 8 out of 10 guys that are gonna kick her out of bed. But yeah, it's funny as hell. I mean, for real though, hugely. Everyone knew this, So I mean, there was plenty of people that were famous. R&B, I guess you would call this. I don't know what the genre of music you would necessarily call this. R&B is probably what it is, but plenty of like huge acts. But man, I feel like kids our age, like there wasn't a lot of people that didn't know these songs. Maybe it's because we had MTV and stuff. We had a monoculture that everybody was listening to the same thing. But yeah, dude, Tony, she's got a couple of hot sisters too. Honestly, yeah. I had to watch that show with an ex, and that's all I did. I was like, damn, okay.
The whole family.
There was that one Braxton where they just like they're like, you big girl, get out of here. Go clean the bathroom.
I just found this out too, man. Kenny G provided his saxophone for that song.
No shit. Kenny G. I wonder how prolific is Kenny G? Why'd they need the sax?
I mean, hey, if he's providing it, why not, man? The world needs G's. Word to Steve and Matt and Warren.
And Kenny, apparently.
And Kenny.
But people behind the scenes, Babyface, L.A. Reid, and Steve, one Robert Kelly. I mean, we got to include it.
Free him.
We don't give a shit.
Free Robert Sylvester.
Remix to Ignition needs to be played again. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Which I just thought that, I mean, that's a lot of talent behind the scenes too. And I mean, was she married to Babyface? Maybe I'm just putting two together that weren't there, but
she was actually dating Birdman, which is an odd pairing.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude.
Like, what the? It was like Jermaine Dupri dating or married to Janet Jackson. I'm like, what? Huh?
Please.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that.
Oh.
It came out. It was like a reflex because even back then I was like, why in the fuck? How much money do you gotta have to overlook this? But that's hilarious. Birdman.
Yeah, and she actually has a history with the 3 J's of Dallas Mavericks, man. The rumor mill goes that while all 3 of these guys played on the team at the same time, Jimmy Jackson, Jason Kidd, and Jamal Mashburn, at some point they were dating her, and I guess around the same time or at the same time. And I don't like that. The fact that Tony Braxton is getting passed around like a cigar. Like,
damn, by the Mavericks?
Yeah, man. The 3 J's. Jamal, Jimmy, and Jason. Wow. Toledo's own Jimmy Jackson.
Damn, somebody from Toledo got to have intimate relations with Tony Braxton. That's cool in and of itself. Man, Tony, maybe she just liked basketball though. See, she was irresistible.
Basketball and Birdman. But yeah, man, we love you though, Tony. In 1999, Run Lola Run premieres. After a botched money delivery, Lola has 20 minutes to come up with 100,000 Deutschmarks, directed by Tom Tykwer, and I'm not going to pronounce those other names, man. But they're
not
just
not even giving it a shot.
nope.
I actually never saw this when it was like a '90s thing. I've just saw this week. Not the best movie. Dig the style.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to include this because I think she'd look cool on the thumbnail. But
Franca Potente, Steve.
well, hey, man, you took a stab at it at least.
But
But
she was in a couple other things also. She became something. But one thing I got to give this lady credit for, Steve, 2-pack a day smoker before she shot this movie. Had to give it up so she could run this much.
wow,
She is running. This isn't like some title that has nothing to do with the movie. This bitch is running a lot.
more than Forrest. And I watched about half of it, and I can only do German accents for so long. Like, I just remember the bitch was running and then she got shot. Like,
Yeah. Well, basically, what I like about this is, and I think this has been done a lot now, especially in these like last maybe like 5 years. It's almost like a multiversal movie where they're showing you this story and then they're showing you a different version of it happening with like if she ran a little bit slower or something, you know. So you're seeing the same thing happening with different possibilities, which I think is cool. And another thing I like about this movie, and this is indicative of '90s and just movies in general back then, short, to the point. It's only like 80 minutes long. You know, it's kind of like a big long version of that movie Smack or that video Smack My Bitch Up for Prodigy,
Yeah.
where it's not necessarily POV, but it's just techno music, her running, a little bit of storytelling, back to it over and over again, you know.
And they use a little bit of that Lizzie McGuire kind of cutaway to kind of push the narrative a little further.
Yeah, and they have different like videos, like types of videos. So it'll be even film, it'll be on like a video camera looking video. Sometimes it'll just be still images that are edited together. Or I think there's actually like there's part of this that's like a cartoon also that it goes like animated. So a lot of style. And I like that the director also was like the guy. Excuse me, almost very Robert Rodriguez like in that he not only directed this, he did all the music too.
That I didn't know, man.
Yeah, super like, and I don't remember the guy. I forget what we said his name was. Tom Tykwer.
Tykwer, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. So that's not a name that rings any bells for me. So I don't know what he did after this, but I mean, definitely killed this, man. This was like kind of like a one of a kind movie when it came out.
And I know it won a lot of awards, man, but do we care about Tarzan enough to
No, I was the only thing I was gonna say is like it's hilarious that Glenn Close had a duet with Phil Collins. It made me laugh.
That's the only thing that stands out. Shout out to Phil Collins. I rock with you. But yeah, man, when it comes to the pantheon of Disney movies, this ain't even on my list.
Well, I mean, we were, this was it. I checked out after Lion King. Lion King was my shit. There's many movies before that, but after Lion King, dude, we were trying to look at titties and stuff, Steve. I wasn't watching Tarzan. I was listening to "You'll Be in My Heart." But it is the last time I feel like Disney. I don't like the movie, but if you do watch the animation, they still got that Disney, that like signature good animation, and it wasn't all Pixar'd out, you know.
But what are your callbacks for the week?
Good to be back in the studio. I'm glad I'm not doing it on the road. That was terrible. And I just want to give a quick shout out and congratulations to Bobby Eaton. We knew he was beautiful, but I had no idea this guy came from royal blood and graduated from just being beautiful to being the Duke of Eaton, Steve. He's a Duke. He's a kick-ass Duke. And I love that for him. So, Bobby, Sir Bobby, I guess is what we got to call you, Sir Robert. Congratulations, man.
And my only takeaway is I refuse to believe Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Last Action Hero. From here on out, I'm going to correct people. I'm going to just like, nope, Jack Slater. It wasn't Arnold. He's my GOAT. Don't ever put that smut on his name.
It was like that. It was like the Mission Impossible mask. It was a guy in an Arnold Schwarzenegger mask, Steve.
Yeah, he did a face off with Steven Seagal.
But I'm telling you, shout out to the guy with the crazy eyeball in that movie because he killed it. But that's it. You're right. And I was so disappointed when you texted me that. I was in the middle of like getting ready to watch the movie, and I was like, he's tripping. He's fucking tripping. And as I left my TV after watching that, it's so bad, Steve.
Straight trash.
I'd rather watch Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And I know that's not Schwarzenegger, but
yeah,
I'd rather watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. Last Action Hero. It's gonna take me a while to get that out of my memory, man. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister pop goes her coochie because her coochie goes pop. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcast, or Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok, and Splat Attack. This is Steve G and Mad G with
Happened in the 90s. Say love me again. And